Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I have been watching Last Chance U on Netflix. For those of you that haven't seen it, if you're into football, it's a show about the guys who are like majorly really good athletes. A lot of them were picked by Division I schools, and then they messed up one way or another, and then they got kicked out of school or something, and so their last chance is to go play JUCO football. And they can either go from that and go up into the NFL or go back to a Division I school. And the whole show is about them trying to fight their way back and keep their grades up and do all that. Interesting show. Meanwhile, I am doing one of my favorite things while I record this video, which is eating pistachios. So, here we go. At ECOSSEXRP1 sent me this. TD Ameritrade CEO, there's heightened interest again with Bitcoin. Well, who could have known that that was going to happen? Now they're telling us that it's okay to invest in crypto. Remember, we spent all of 2018, and the theme of 2018 was two things. We kept hearing that all of the wealthy people, wealthy institutions and wealthy people were buying Bitcoin and digital assets over the counter where it couldn't be seen in the markets. And the other thing that was the theme is constant FUD, all these scary news articles from Bloomberg and others about how Wall Street has changed their mind on digital assets. And guess who told you that that was all a bunch of bull? That is the digital asset investor. And now, apparently, they're all positioned now, because digital currencies are generating increasing interest from investors and traders, says the CEO of United States brokerage giant TD Ameritrade. Where was he in 2018? That's my question, because I didn't hear any of this back then. Reported financial news and services outlet The Street. This is from The Street. In an interview with The Street, TD Ameritrade CEO Tim Hockey, I guess that's how you say that, explains that customers are showing increasing demand for cryptocurrencies and willingness to trade it. Unlike American lawmakers, active investors do not fret over cryptocurrencies' purported potential to undermine the existing financial system and the U.S. dollar, as they are constantly looking for new asset classes to profit from, according to Hockey. He also noted, especially given the discussions around Libra and the rebound in Bitcoin, there's heightened interest again. I don't know how on earth that this could have happened, folks. I'm just so shocked that everybody's coming around to digital assets. That's sarcasm for those of you that didn't recognize it. Okay, then Mr. BXRP at XRP Mr. sent me this. You want to see FOMO, folks? This is what you call FOMO right here. This is from 10 News First. I think this is an Australian, like a local news station. They are running this commercial about the new age of new money. Cryptocurrencies are about to explode like never before, and you could make a fortune. Watch on 10 News First tomorrow at 5. And this was tweeted out today. Folks, I've been telling you and telling you and telling you that when they all finally decide to come in and you start seeing all these cheerleaders, they are going to begin to sell it, and sell it like you and I have not been able to sell it. We have been in a small, tiny minority of the world, in a less than 1%. And we've been talking about this. You and I know more about digital assets than anybody in the world. And we have been shouting from the rooftops, but our rooftops, we're kind of like ants shouting from rooftops, I think, sometimes. But now, as the big boys come in and as Wall Street comes in, I've said this 1,000 times, as they come in, they're not spending hundreds of $millions on their exchanges. TD Ameritrade's not spending all this money. ErisX, Fidelity Digital Assets, backed, they're not spending hundreds of millions of dollars so that they can come in and just hope that customers show up. They're going to begin commercials. They're going to begin to sell it. and in turn, the people that they ultimately control are on these news stations and financial news media. They will begin to sing too. They're going to begin to sing the praises. They'll be like preachers. They'll be like Jimmy Swaggart on stage talking about how great Bitcoin and digital assets are. That is what's coming. And they're going to have words that sell what they're trying to sell, like new age of new money. It's coming, folks. This is the kind of FOMO you're about to see in mass. Next, from Sergeant Obi-Wan, this is something I brought up a while ago. Back during the dot-com bubble, you had a company. It was called. It was a website. It was called the word spelled out, EftCompany.com. And the whole purpose of this website was it was like a message board where they would get sources within .com companies that were failing or layoffs that were happening, and they would post what was going on the website. And I said back then, if somebody wants to get a really popular website and get something going, start a website that shows all these these digital assets that are either failing or this type of thing. So now we have deadcoins.com, and he says it was just a matter of time, like Digital Asset Investor said earlier this year. So here we have it. This is deadcoins.com, and I'm sure we'll have a lot more of these. It looks like they have a good platform, strategic partnership to clean up crypto. In other words, get rid of all of the 1,000 useless coins, but expose them. They're exposing them on here. The full list: deceased, hack, scam coins, parody, detailed view. They got a whole list of all the things. Now, I'm not endorsing this in any way. I haven't gone through it a lot. I just wanted to show it to you. You can go and see it at deadcoins.com. Okay, and next, remember Justin Sun? I told you earlier this morning that there was something about how he had kidney stones or something. And I said that something about that in my gut didn't feel right. Okay, now we got this. Justin Sun, who canceled his $4.57 million charity lunch with Warren Buffett due to kidney stones, has been barred from leaving the country by authorities, Caxton reports. Beijing's internet financial risk regulators have suggested the police investigate him. All right, so here's the deal. I thought maybe this was just a rumor, and then, boom, it pops up on CoinDesk. A Chinese news source just said Justin Sun's cancellation of the lunch with Warren Buffett may not be for health reasons. Instead, it says he's in mainland China and makes allegations of illegal fundraising that Sun has just refuted. So that should be interesting to see what comes out of all that. Okay, and then we've got this from Chinu Patel 29, who keeps on feeding me all kinds of good information. This was Tyler Winklevoss, one of the Winklevoss twins, and who runs Gemini. New challenge: take a picture with your copy of Bitcoin Billionaires in a cool place, could be anywhere. Reply to this tweet with your pic and hashtag Bitcoin Millionaires. Coolest pic wins 1 Bitcoin. And this guy posted a really cool picture in front of an active volcano in my home country, Nicaragua, which is currently facing international sanctions and political turmoil. People are afraid to keep money in banks. No one trusts the government. I trust math. I trust Bitcoin. And he's got this picture of this Bitcoin Billionaires book in front of a volcano. But you need to get this out of it too, folks. This is what happens. You know, we don't experience this in the United States. But the second that people don't trust, many of the countries of the world are run by criminals and dictators, folks. And when these people who are living in those types of countries, they see Bitcoin and digital assets for what they are. They see it as freedom. And that's what you really need to understand about all of this. So I love his picture, but even more than that, I love what he's saying here. All right. And then from Jonathan D. Sent me this. This is from CoinDesk. Just in, German startup Fundament has obtained regulatory approval to sell $280 million worth of real estate-backed Ethereum token to retail investors. Now, this is big time. We've been talking about tokenized real estate for a long time. And so I wanted to point this out. Now these tokens are going to be on the Ethereum platform. There's two things you should take out of this. The first is Ethereum, if they're going to start tokenizing real estate and other things with Ethereum, obviously Ethereum's probably going to do well over time. That's the first lesson here. Second lesson is you're about to enter a new world where all sorts of assets are getting tokenized, whether it's stocks or real estate or paintings or cars. That's what is about to happen. Okay, and finally, from the Weiss ratings, Coinbase passed 30 million user accounts. Just compare these numbers to how many customers conventional brokerage firms have, i.e. Interactive Brokers has 0.68 million. And you'll see just how revolutionary crypto is for the world of finance. Exactly. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that the digital asset investor is eating nuts today, pistachios to be specific. Actually, now that I think about it, are pistachios considered nuts? I don't even really know the answer to that. I'm sure you'll all tell me. Thank you for listening.